do?
What
So did
do?
I wonder if Buster can convince anybody else to attend a seance.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to the seance.
Leaf time.
Leave time, leave time.
So you guys,
Is my puppet still like undisturbed where I left it?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it and bring it with me to the seance.
Okay. So you guys do the same routine again. You light the candles. You sit at the table. We hold hands in a circle, but more of you are believing in the ghost at this point and excited about it. So some time passes again before again a chill sweeps into the room as Buster calls out to the spirit, his eyes rolling back in his head, and he begins speaking gobbledygook. The table rattles and shakes, and then the candles blow out.
Woohoo! Yes, it's working.
Can I detect good and evil?
Yeah, can I click on the spell for me? For the duration, even if there is any aberration, celestial, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you. There is one of those things within 30 feet of you. So there you detect the distinct sense of undead
Uh-oh.
in the
Nice.
room.
I attack the darkness.
Cast magic missile on the dark.
The darkness does nothing.
And the room goes eerily quiet.
Cat.
It's fine. It's fine. It's chill.
Uh-huh.
It's chill. I'm not trapped.
I
Okay.
hear a lot of crinkling. and
Layla.
crashing.
Says a few words and begins gazing about the room, and yeah, your spidey sense begins to tingle. There is definitely undead within 30 feet of you.
There's definitely a ghost here.
Oh yes. Leaf, is this your name? Do you remember the knocking things? Oh, is that one knock?
There's two.
Two? Ah, yes, Leaf. How are you today? Oh, I mean, are you doing well today? Oh, that's good. I need to tell everybody about the knocking thing.
Okay, yeah, you fill everybody in.
Yeah. Okay.
The rest of you are just sitting in the dark, and those of you that don't have dark vision, are just hearing Buster yell out and then hearing these knocking noises.
Isn't this fun, you guys?
What was your death natural?
I don't remember how he died. I gotta look.
Computer.
Were you murdered? No. Oh, his death was natural. He was saying yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you want us to live here? 2 knocks. All right. Cool. Your house is very lovely.
Aw.
We're gonna make
Can
it.
you do the leaf thing again?
Can you do the leaf thing again?
Mm-hmm.
There's no response.
Oh.
Oh, Mr. Ghost, I made you a present. And I'm gonna just like put my doll in the middle of the circle.
Okay. Put it on the table.
Yeah,
Sits-
it has a leaf for its cloak, so it's like a thing.
It just kind of rests there.
Yeah. That's for you, if you want to use it for anything, I don't know.
Do you mean anyone any harm? No. Okay. He's a good ghost, guys. We're cool.
Oh, good. Oh. Did you guys heard something weird the other day, right? While I was sleeping.
Oh yeah, you were like roaring like a beast or something. You're making like werewolf noises.
Huh? What noises?
Like werewolf noises.
Well,
Do you know about this?
oh, well, okay. They woke me up and they said I was making weird wolf sounds. I wasn't. I was sleeping like a baby.
You definitely were though.
Well, let's ask the ghost. The ghost probably knows. Hey, ghost, was I making wolf noises?
I believe that was a one knock.
Is what? AFK.
It was one knock.
Oh. Didn't know.
It's old chat speak.
Okay. AFK.
Well, then where were the spooky noises coming from?
It wasn't me. What do you mean, yes?
He says it was you.
But that's what?
No?
Buster starts to sweat.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Do you?
This isn't about me. This is about the ghost. So, ghost, do you like bath beads?
It's quiet. I don't know how to turn it up.
You don't. Oh.
Think
Well,
everyone
at
else is
least
quiet or
they
we're
look-
quiet?
No, like everyone else is quiet. Like the audio is just quiet.
Come over here.
Is it? Is it not? Yeah, but when you did that, it has like a little no. Like a little, I can't do it.
Maybe we should change the subject.
I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's like, nah.
So, I guess, yeah, we need to get,
pull
we
it
need to
out
get
if you try.
busy
Can you go check the plug and make sure it's plugged in?
on the cleaning of this house so that
Oh, it's
Mr.
not.
Leaf will be proud of his house
one?
again.
Where do I plug it?
It's not right here.
And, they liked that greenhouse, so maybe we should appease the ghost by going to the greenhouse and stuff.
If Leaf approves of the salad bar, does that make it a cannibal?
Does it make him a what?
A cannibal?
A cannibal? I think you're.
Oopsie. Cat, what'd you do?
It wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
Reload, it wasn't me.
It's fine.
Nothing.
So, are you guys done with the ghost for the evening?
Well, I guess we're not getting any further.
No one else has any questions for Leafy?
I mean, it seems like he died natural, doesn't want to hurt us, wants us to live here and fix up the place. So these all sound like positive traits.
While you guys are downstairs talking to the ghost, can everybody in the house make a perception check for me?
Okay. Wow, I didn't roll very well.
Well, you're in the middle of talking to a ghost.
Yeah.
You got other things in your mind.
Whoa. Good roll, Chris.
I see everything.
I think you'll see one thing and not the other.
No, that's fine. I am blind.
Oop.
I gotta
Oh, what are you
roll-
doing, Kat?
Where's
Testing.
Okay.
We can hear you.
13. Where did the roll I made earlier go? I think it was like a. It was high. There it
Uh-oh.
is. Okay.
Oh, scared.
One sphere.
And let me grab this token. You guys are all in here. And then, Jesseth, are you up in your bedroom or are you participating in the seance?
I figured, like, I didn't move my character, but I figured he would be kind of like against the back wall, leaning, observing the seance, but not actually like sitting there with it. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
So, like, over. I got too many things open.
Oh, sorry, I moved the wrong person.
That's okay. So, like, over there somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of you are here. The kids are upstairs.
So, did it get eaten by the couch?
Okay. And then
Oh, it's over there.
where is the character sheet for? I'll just roll it.
Uh-oh.
Right there. Use their character sheet.
Woomst.
Oh, there it is. Eh. There we go. I got an 8. Okay. The rest of you hear like banging, like a pot clatter down to the floor, and a bunch of noise in the kitchen. Anybody who got above an 8?
I'm gonna go stealth mode. Can I go stealth mode?
Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me.
And I'm wearing heavy armor, so disadvantage. Stealth mode disadvantage. I think I'm wearing heavy armor.
Yeah, you're wearing a breastplate, right?
I should be, but I don't see it on here. Chainmail. Wearing chainmail.
Okay. So you hear this noise from inside the kitchen, like a pot hits the floor. Clang, 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 clang.
I knock some chairs over.
Yeah, Layla jumps up, knocks her chair over to the ground.
Ugh.
Chris does very similar,
Wow.
bangs the back of her head into the wall.
Man.
Yeep.
I'm going to the kitchen.
I'm
I'm basically
following.
gonna run into the kitchen.
Okay, so as you go running over into the kitchen, you see the window to the kitchen is open, and there's a halfling with his like ass Winnie the Pooh out the window. He's thrown the window open. He's trying to climb back out the window, and sitting on the floor in your kitchen is a bucket that had a lid on it, but the lid's been taken off, and there's a bunch of like rats scattering out of the bucket.
Oh,
I would like to command him.
this seems
Go
bad.
for it. What's the save?
Oh no.
Wisdom
Now what?
saving throw.
Chase, what have you done? Chase, what have you done?
A wisdom saving throw. I got a 19.
Oh, I think that's gonna pass. I'm pretty sure.
Not even from in-game.
Yeah.
Yeah, my spell
How
saves
did
DC is a 13.
Yeah. So he scrambles out of the window, drops to the ground. So he's just outside, and we'll go ahead and roll initiative for everybody.
Great.
Oh god, I'm slow, guys.
The kids are just gonna sleep right through this.
I got natural 20 though.
I got too many damn things open.
Where's my token?
Oh, so I need to. Let me try to do this right this time.
Where's my token?
Look here.
It's right here.
There.
Time to roll.
Okay, so Buster got a 19 and didn't click his token.
Wait, am I on this page?
Yeah, you're right here.
I don't see where you're. Where you're
Right there.
saying.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
That's you in the corner. Curtis got a 4.
I got a 6.
Sweet.
Doing real good.
Layla, once again, you react first. You come out, you cast command on him. He kicks the bucket of rats over. They scatter across your kitchen floor and start running past you into the pantry. He scrambles out the window and drops to the ground.
I would like to give chase, and like, I guess I can probably get up out the window, and
You were here, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. I mean, he's standing in the way, but you could like reach out the window and grab him,
I would like to
or
reach
do it.
out.
You could attack him through the window, basically, because he left it open.
Yeah, I would like to attack him through the window. I would like to do inflict wounds.
Oh shit! Okay. 20 hits.
Jesus.
It's gonna be a lot of damage. Yes, 17.
17 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, he turns it and looks at you and hisses like that,
I just
and then
smack him with my mace.
and as you swing back, he
Bitch.
dodges back, and his face begins to like elongate and grow fur. Jesseth, you hear a calamity, and then Layla goes running into the kitchen, and you hear this like loud hissing noise echo from inside the kitchen.
Okay, so I guess my objective would be to go towards the kitchen, or at least, hold on. How do I do that thing again, where I can do the distance?
I think it's Q. You pick up your token, and then hit Q.
Oh wait, I don't think I could have
Yeah.
done that because I don't have that spell prepped.
Ah!
Yeah.
I have ceremony prepped. Damn it.
Okay.
I don't know.
So what? 5,
Well, it's
10,
fine. We'll let it go.
Okay.
15, 20, 25.
And from there, you can actually see him through the like past Layla over the bar. You have eyes on him though. It's through a bunch of shit.
Okay, if I can see him, then I can mind thrust him.
You certainly can.
I will do this. Oops, hold on. Let me do.
DC 13 intelligence save. I got a 16.
No.
So he ducks down below the window. Your thrust of the mind does not impact him. Kelric.
Kelric is. I think Kelric hears the rats of all things. Like the chittering of rats.
Yeah, you're upstairs, right?
Yep. So I actually don't know. Should I roll something to see if I know this is not seance noise?
I mean, you can hear pots and pans banging around. You can make the decision as you see fit.
You know what? I think pots and pans banging around, unless something actually sounds like it's falling over, it might just be my housemates.
Okay, so you just like roll over like fucking seance. Fucking weirdos. All right, Chris.
It's me.
Let's be real.
So what are the rats doing? They're just like skittering
Running
away.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll deal with them later. I'm gonna jump out the window after this dude. Oh.
Well, you rolled it earlier.
I already have your initiative in there, Buster.
Right here. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's not on the map, is he? Is he on the map?
Yeah, Buster's right there. Oh, the
he's
guy that's
down
running
here.
away? He's way down here through the
Yeah.
kitchen.
All of the like
Passed out.
There's also that's also the bar right here.
No,
yeah. Okay, I'm going to.
Turns down beats cheeks.
Wait, has he been caught yet? Did somebody like have their hands on him?
I mean, Layla cast a spell on him, and he's like
Okay.
bleeding from his nose and has a big rotten chunk of flesh on his face.
Gross.
Ah,
She gave him the bad touch.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to kill him. I don't think I have any like non-lethal long-range things. I guess
I mean, you could do non-lethal with any weapon. You just like shoot him in the shoulder or something.
I'm gonna javelin him then.
I think the range in a javelin is 20 feet. So
Oh,
you would
is
have,
it?
I think.
Okay. I guess I'll shoot. him with a
Non-lethal range of the
crossbow
javelin is
then.
just throwing it backwards.
So you would have you could still throw it at him. You just have disadvantage.
I'll just crossbow him then, I guess.
Oh, I thought it was like higher
Try
than
to
that.
do
But
that.
I think it's 20 feet. Hang on, I'm looking.
No. I could also.
I think it's 20 feet normally, and then like 60 feet with disadvantage.
The
30,
range is 30.
30 feet. And
Okay,
100.
well, I'll just move closer then, and then
Yeah,
I'll
so you could run to like the bar, or to like here. Like this is 30 feet.
Yeah.
So if you
Okay.
go like
I'm just gonna
10,
here.
15, 20, 25. Hang on, I gotta.
I'm already here. It's too late. Oh.
You can get to there.
Okay. Then that's where I'll be. And I want to, like, I kind of want to see if I can, like, pin him
Sure.
down with this javelin.
Make your attack roll. Oh shit. Okay, even with his cover, so Layla, the javelin brushes past your hair and sinks deep into this guy. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, yeah.
8. Okay. It stabs into him, and he grunts, and like it's like sticking out of his chest, but he's still up.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
He coughs a big handful of blood into his hand, turns around and looks at Layla and smiles, and then pulls the javelin out of his like back, drops it on the ground, and then he is going to. What's your movement, bro? And are you faster? Giant crab, giant elk. There it is. What's your movement in this form? It's the same. Okay. And what kind of action is it? Slow. Okay. Chris. So then, yeah, he is gonna change shape. He shifts. So his snout finishes elongating, his body shortens, all his clothes drop off around him, and out from inside of his clothes, a little rat skitters out and around the corner.
if he's moving out of range of me,
You can take an attack of opportunity if you want.
and the attack of opportunity, does that mean that I have to hit him with a melee weapon, or can I grab him?
Has to be. Well, you can try to grab him.
Can I try to grab him?
Yeah, make an athletics check.
In rat form now.
Yep. So make an athletics check.
Okay. Does anybody have inspiration they want to give me?
You can. Did I get some earlier?
I got a 16.
I think I got some, and I didn't mark it up. But also, I think I
So
might.
made an athletics check that is higher than a 16.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have mine.
Okay, I'm gonna use yours. Try to grab this rat. Shit.
Nope. Okay, so you grab at his clothes and you end up just holding his shirt as the body of the rat falls out and skitters around the corner. Kurt.
Do I hear all this going on?
I mean, you can hear the pots and pans banging and then the sound of Layla casting spells.
Oh, what's happening? So, I don't know if I can make it to the kitchen. 40, 45, 50. Alright, if I make my way into the kitchen, can I just try and catch some of these rats?
Yeah, I mean, they're just rats. You can start scooping them back into the bucket they came out of.
Yeah, they're making a mess everywhere.
Put him back in the rat bucket.
Is who's this here in the kitchen with me, Layla?
That's Layla.
Are you gonna leave out through the window or?
It's like Buster's asking you this
Yeah.
while shoving rats into a bucket.
Kurt.
I mean, I could put
Sorry,
the
Chris.
rats to sleep, but I wouldn't want to.
Yeah,
Layla.
I'm climbing out the window.
All right.
I'm like mid climb. He was in the way before.
Okay. So that is your turn. Buster.
So Buster's probably still in his own world, or is he like
He's around here. It's just the lights are turned off now.
uh-oh, the lights are out.
But you can see because you have Devil's Sight.
It's dark on our side of the map.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have dark vision.
Let me use my
Oh,
Devil's-
it's not set up on your token.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is.
Cool. So
There you go.
let me
And I forgot about the lighting, so yeah, Jessith can't really see shit either. So
Okay, just a second. Okay, sorry. What can I do?
I don't know.
The he's already run out the door, right?
Mhm. Well, he went out the window, but yeah.
So is there a way that like maybe I can have Buster run out the door and try to get him?
Yeah. What door do you run out of? The front door is right here.
I'll try that.
Do we?
Okay.
Do we
So
have
that's
your token? It's still dark over here.
Yeah, and I can't select my own token.
oh. You are at the door now.
Okay.
Oh, for some reason your token's not set to your name. That's what it is. What the fuck is the name of your character? Buster.
Oh, thanks.
There, now it's right.
Hooray!
Buster the Tornado.
Yeah, your token got messed up. There you go. So you're at the door now. Layla.
I'm gonna give chase.
So 10 feet of movement to climb out the window.
10. So hold on, I think I'm gonna be 20 feet or 10 feet behind him. So that was my move. Can I just double move and like cut him off?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. Okay, so wait. 10 to get out. So that's 25, 30. And then actually, let me see. Do I have any spells left?
You've only cast one spell today.
No, I've cast the Detect Good and Evil
Okay.
and Inflict Wounds and tried to cast Command and it didn't work.
Oh, so you've cast 3 spells.
Yeah.
You're right.
I would like to. How like bad does he look?
It's hard to tell because he's a skittering little rat as he's running away from you, but like you got him pretty good with that, and Chris nailed him pretty hard with that javelin.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go, like try to cut him off. And
Okay,
get,
if you
like-
move past him in the alley, like he'll get an attack of opportunity because there's another building like this.
Okay, so let's see. If I go in like this trajectory, kind of
Yeah, as long
around
as
him.
you avoid getting in like melee range with him.
Okay. For some reason it's split here, so I can't see. So I just think I'm just gonna like.
Yeah, there's a building on either side of you.
Okay,
It dead
so this
ends
is like
like
a dead end over here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So where you're standing right now, though, there's a sewer grate.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand over the sewer grate.
Always with
Right.
the sewers.
Right here,
So you
there's a
can't go
sewer
by.
grate.
Okay. Oh wait, the sewer grate's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to like
It's
block
a
it
very
off
sewery theme.
Okay.
with my body.
Sewers
Okay. Jessith.
all the time.
Is
I
that
forgot that you were a human and you couldn't see. So I'm gonna leave the mind thrust there, but Doesn't matter because you missed. But that's all you can see.
No,
because
that's
the
why
candles
he
went out.
missed. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense lore wise. So that thing in the pantry, is that a window?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so what I want to know is if I go 1, 2, 3,
Oh wait.
1,
I think
2, 3, 4,
where is
5.
all the light you have coming from?
If I look here, can I see outside?
It's not Buster's token. Okay. Has sight. No, I don't know. Yeah, you can stumble through the dark and get to there. You should only be able to see like right around you.
But like, if I'm looking out the window, can I even see anything out the window?
Yeah, hang on, let me. There you go.
You
I
probably
guess
see
what I'm
me
trying
out
to ask
there.
is, can I see
You
the
Layla,
rat?
and
So
you
I
can
can't see the rat.
You can sort of see him. He's like right here. If you like stuck your head out the window and looked around the corner, you could see him.
Well, that's because that's what I'm attempting to do. Is I want to like stick my head out the window. And
Yeah,
look at the
yeah, yeah,
rat.
yeah. Well, just assume you can because you can lean out the window and see him.
Okay. I want to cast. I want to cast. Oh, what do I want to cast? Hold on. Where is it? I want to cast Distracting Figment at level 2.
Okay.
So let me click it real quick. See if it even works. Cast at what level? Oh, it pops up for me. That's nice. See if that works.
Okay. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. He's real smart. I got a 5. Okay. No. What do you summon up to frighten this rat to death?
Oh, no.
Evil cat.
Okay. A giant.
Hey!
Only the rat can see it. So from the rat's perspective, this giant, mountain lion, black and dripping shadows with fangs the size of the rat appears. Susie, you hear the rat one time and then just roll over, and then it shifts back into the little halfling man naked in the street.
There's no spare the dying on that,
So
right?
did that?
No, he's dead as fuck.
All right.
Oh, did the rat die?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he died.
Oh, you
okay.
killed the shit out. You did 16 points of damage to him.
Oh, okay. That's fine then.
Can I like check him for markings?
Yeah, you start like he's naked, and on his throat, like across his throat, like a garrote, he has a tattoo of a winged snake.
Oh.
Can we call the guards?
I mean, what?
I mean, how else are we?
I mean,
gonna
we just
dispose of the
murdered
body?
someone for dropping rats off into our
Don't
kitchen.
we have don't we no
Intruder.
can't one of us speak with dead or something?
I think that's like a 3rd level spell for clerics.
Is it?
Yeah, I can't do it.
I think. I don't know for sure.
I mean, I guess we could just leave the body out back. I don't really know.
I
what to
don't
do
like
with
rats.
We'd
I'm
probably
going over to bed.
just leave the body there.
Throw it down the sewer. I don't know.
Jesseth just leaves. He's just like, that's gross.
Okay.
So yeah, there's this dead body out in the street or out behind your house.
Just a dead naked halfling.
I mean, his clothes are laying in the alley behind him.
Yeah, but they're not on him.
Should we like put like drape his shirt on him and like,
So you're just gonna leave the body in the street?
I mean,
No.
I'm gonna go look for somebody to.
So you're gonna
Oh.
look for a guard
Yeah.
to like report it. Okay.
Oh, okay. I guess you
Don't
can
forget
do
to cast
that.
light.
Yeah, I'm casting.
I mean, the
was
street
gonna-
the street has lanterns, so out on the street, I'll turn the dynamic lighting off now.
I was gonna push him into the sewer.
Out on the street, it's lit, and it only takes you the area is well patrolled, so it only takes you a few minutes. Oh, I have global illumination turned on. That's why.
Leave his body out as an example to the
I
others.
think I just yell help, and then like, I need help.
Yeah. So a couple of guards come running up.
I need help. I murdered a guy.
And
Didn't
It wasn't
murder
her.
him. He was an intruder, and he attacked me.
and yeah, you
Well,
quickly
from her
rattle off.
perspective, like, would she know that I murdered him, or would he just like would
He
it
just
just the
dropped
rat's
dead.
brain? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would just explain. Yeah, I was
From Layla's perspective,
trying to catch him.
Jeth has stuck his head out the window, and the rat just died, and then turned back into a person.
Yeah. and
A
then-
dead person.
Yeah, I explain all that to the police. I don't know what happened, but he just like died in our backyard, and I was trying to catch him.
Okay, so they're like, I gotta find the.
After jumping a bucket of rats in our kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What made
plague
Leaf
rats.
mad?
Well, we don't know that he wasn't like trying to steal stuff.
Yeah, he nods, he blows the whistle, he's like, ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to step back inside and keep everyone in the house until we can get a full statement. And he looks
Yeah,
at him
yeah.
and he's like, looks at the other guard, and he's like, because they always patrol in groups of two.
Yeah.
And he's like, Jenkins, you better go get the watch captain. It's gonna be a long night.
Please
And
tell me the other guy's name is Leroy.
Jenkins shuffles off into the can't be now. Shuffles off into the night. The other guard goes into the house and he's like, looks around at the group of you and he's like, "Ma'am, who else is in the house with you this evening? Are there any other witnesses? Where's the body?" He starts trying to take a statement.
Yeah, I'm like, well, we have our children upstairs, and
Oh, that's a good.
and I just wasn't sure if he was like gonna hurt our kids, and yeah, and that sort of thing.
Very smart.
And then
Yeah.
and like we have one of our friends. He's a very heavy sleeper, and I mean, I'm a
Where's
cleric.
Where's the part from Kinko? No, storage closet, Rainier, secret room, balcony, offices. Oh, the watch. Here it is. Okay. So I don't know if you guys remember Watch Commander Staggett from like our second or third session. The big watch captain who you guys met when you rescued Floon. But that's who they go fetch. He's the big like sort of heavy set
She's in a giant
dude with the heavy armor on, and he's got heavy bags under his eyes. You could tell he was drug out of bed for this. And he comes in with like 6 or 7 other grizzled looking guards. They go through the house and ask everyone to come downstairs.
Can we have put like a sheet on the guy so that like you
Sure.
know?
And he separates all of you guys and interviews you all each individually and gets kind of gets the skinny. And he's a serious, grim sort of guy. And he kind of nods and he's like, "All right then. Well," he looks around. He's dumping buckets of rats in the house. He tried to flee. Hugh gave pursuit, ran into the alley, and he just dropped dead. But that doesn't explain the half-rotten flesh on the side of his face or the gaping hole in his chest. Maybe he just bled to death from the injuries you had already given him?
Nah.
I don't think those were fatal.
I very purposefully tried not to murder him when I threw that big pointy stick.
He sort of nods and looks at all of you and he goes, "But you felt justified in the killing because..."
Well, I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to ask him why he was in our house. But he
Also
wouldn't
didn't want to kill him, but you know he attacked us, so.
Well, none of you have any defensive wounds or injured in any way.
Definitely missed me.
And he looks around and he was like, "Well, I hate to say it, but I think we're going to have to bring this before the magistrate and let him make a decision." He did. Clearly, there is a bucket of rats that has been dumped in your kitchen, and the window of the kitchen has been pried open, so that part seems true, but I'm going to have to bring you up on charges.
Also, he did turn into a giant rat. I don't know what that was about. I'm just putting that out there.
He kind of blinks and he's
These
like,
rats as witnesses. I'm just holding on to them.
yeah, he's got a bucket of like squirming rats, and he's like, "Right. So I'm gonna have to bring you up to charges, bring you before the magistrate. So I'm gonna have to ask that none of you leave town, and keep you confined to the house. I'm not putting you under arrest, considering you seem to have done good work to the city so far. But
But what if we've got stuff to do?
and he's like, should have thought about that before you murdered a man in the back alley.
It's not our
I'm putting a
fault.
watch on your house. We'll come by to pick you up tomorrow.
Layla.
What
Why
in
did
the
you-
hell
Not
are
my
you
fault. I
doing?
didn't kill him.
And
Layla,
then
why'd you call the guard?
and then he leaves and
Howard's
he
just
leaves.
What
like
are we gonna do
10
with the
shades of
corpse
right now.
in the house?
He leaves, but he leaves the 6 veterans there to watch the house. He asks that nobody leaves.
How will we save the children?
This isn't my fault. This is
It is
Jess's
your
fault.
fault.
Who murdered
It
him?
totally is your fault.
And who murdered him? And what are we gonna do with the corpse?
Well, I was just gonna push him down the sewers, but then you went and called the guard. And that
Like
would've
the
been very
sewers are not gonna. Yeah, we have kids now. We can't just let people break into our house.
Yeah, but like, we're pretty good defense for our house. I don't think we need.
Apparently, we
Get on,
also
like, a
murder people
watch
now.
list.
We're murder hobos with a house. See, this is the reason why people travel.
Oh.
Oh boy.
So how late into the night do you guys argue?
Well, Chris is probably tired. I'm probably just gonna go to bed.
I mean,
I did a seance, and I threw a javelin, and now it's time for bed.
Kelrick's just confused. Spent all night in his room doing nothing, and you guys go off and kill someone.
Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
didn't kill him.
The next morning, you guys are awoken very early by a knock on the door, like a rapping on the door. The kids are running around the house. Somebody's giving them breakfast. They're a little cooped up from not being able to go out and run around in the streets, so they're being a little crazy. And there's a knock on the front door.
Kelrick will play with him as a dog.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
I guess I answer the door.
Yeah, you open the door, and you can see Vajra standing there with her arms crossed.
Which one's that?
It's a black staff.
Uh,
Standing there with her arms crossed, and she's looking at all of you like she just stares at you, annoyed.
Uh-oh.
I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah,
yeah.
she's just giving
Would
you
you
a
like
scowl.
to come in?
She nods.
You can come in, Mom.
She comes in. She doesn't have the staff. She
Oh,
sort
boy.
of she comes in. She looks around. She goes, when I decided to bring you in as potential members of my organization, I did not realize that you had other dealings with other factions. Seems you have annoyed someone.
Oh,
Huh?
have we? Is that what the rats are about?
I believe the halfling that you killed in the back alley had a tattoo on his throat.
Yeah,
he
snake
did.
wings, whatever. What an asshole.
She nods, and like you can see the guards are still standing outside, and she's like, well, you know the saying, keep the blood off the streets. And then she turns around on her heels and walks back out the door. And as she leaves, she
Does this
turns
count
in,
as the streets?
as she leaves,
It's our
as
back alley.
the door shuts behind you, and she turns and says something to the guards on either side of the door, and they nod, and then they go talk to the other guards. And as she walks off back down the street, the guards leave.
yay.
Yay.
Wait, is this day 2 or day 3?
So this is the day after. This is the second day after you spoke to Klauth.
Okay.
Can I like walk behind her and ask, how did we?
You like run after her in the street.
Yeah,
She's fucking leaving.
yeah,
Okay, so you run out into the street.
yeah. I like walk up next to her. I'm like, so how do we piss off a winged snake people? Or what is their deal? Like, what's their story?
She shrugs. She says, I don't know what you did to annoy them. My suggestion is you find out and deal with it. I have use of you in the next 10 day, and I can't have you running around participating in a gang war.
Were they the ones that we fought in the sewers?
Yeah, that's a
Uh,
good question.
no. That was the
Okay.
Zentar. That was the
Ah,
Xanathar Guild.
our mistake was leaving that other rat chick alive. That's what it was, I bet. Is that the
Well,
same?
she was just there to watch us, right?
I don't remember.
She looks at you and she goes, You owe me for this one, young cleric.
Yeah, I know.
And she nods and she goes, There's a dragon who's taken up a residence in the harbor. He's frightened a few sailors recently. Hasn't hurt anyone.
Does he look like a dragon?
She sort of blinks at you a few times and goes, Did I stutter? A dragon
So he's in dragon form. Okay, got it.
in the harbor, in the deep waters. He startled a few sailors. Hasn't hurt anyone. And she takes a bag, like she unties she takes a belt off her waist with a bag on it, and she holds it out to you. She's like, Go find out what he wants.
Okay.
And you take the bag, it tinkles with glass when you take it.
Okay.
And then she like shoos you. Like she's pissed, so she like shoos you off down the street, like go away.
Alright. So I go back in the house and I'm like, hey guys. So, let's not murder anybody that comes into our house again. Looking at you, Jessith. And we have to go find a dragon in a harbor.
Yeah, and
There's
you've got
another
this,
one?
Looking at you,
This bag.
Jessith.
No.
Hmm? What
No
did I do?
killing.
You murdered a guy in our backyard.
Setting a bad example
What?
for the
Who?
children.
Who said that? I was
Oh,
asleep.
God, I mean, sorry.
The kids seem completely oblivious, and when you like murder somebody in the street, Squidly looks at Nat and is like, I told you they were real adventurers. And Nat just is like, rolls her eyes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway.
that's not what we normally do, but
So, yeah. What's in the bag? Can I look in the bag?
well, usually we murder
Yeah,
them not
it
in
has
the street. We murder
however
them,
many
like,
number
in
of
the
you guys there are.
sewers,
1, 2,
or in like
3,
a
4,
secret
5,
base.
6. It has 6 little blue vials with some sort of or not blue vials, little clear vials with a cork in them, like tiny little vials with some sort of like blue powder in them.
Ooh.
Do I know what that is?
You can make
Can
an
I
arcana
cast?
check
Can I cast Identify on it?
if you want.
20.
Because that's a thing that I can do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that as a ritual thingy.
That takes 10 minutes.
That's fine. I
Okay.
think
I
we
mean,
can spare 10
There's
minutes.
some kind of potion.
Is that all I know?
They're magical potion. Well, Kat wants to. She spends 10 minutes identifying. They are potions of water breathing.
There
Okay.
you go.
You put the powder on your tongue, and for the next 24 hours, you can breathe underwater.
That's super cool.
So, yeah. We gotta go find out what this dude wants. I imagine he's blue. Probably blends in with the sea.
Yeah.
So, get ready to go.
I'm always ready.
So as you guys begin to pack up your gear to go talk to some dragons,
We're gonna leave Kimbo at home.
because there's 2 of you, there's 2 dragons that you want to go talk to. That's where we will stop.
Oh.
And
Yay!
next week we will attempt to
Double
have
the dragons, double the fun.
we will attempt to have some conversations with some dragons.
Cool.
Yay!
Chris is ready to talk. to
Hooray!
All right, good session, guys.
Good job, guys. You murdered someone in the backyard.
Yep.
You keep acting like you did.
I know.
1A.
You did the most damage to him.
I know.
So, Chase, before I forget,
Yeah.
But I didn't hurt him.
I can join the session next week if we do it at noon again. I won't be able to do it if it's at night.
That's fine. We can do it at noon, as long as that works with everybody else.
Good by me.
Also, we will level up.
Yay!
Okay.
So you guys will hit level 3.
Nice.
Can we do that at the start of next session?
You can do
Oh,
whatever you want.
I get
And I
my
think Jennifer will
contract.
be in town too. I'm not sure. She's in
Oh.
Corpus Christi today.
Okay.
So you get your archetype, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh.
We
Do
get
you
to
know which
start-
one you're taking? Battlemaster, Cavalier.
I think it's Battle Master. I have to look at them again. I'm pretty sure it's Battle Master.
There's
That's the one where I get like super points.
you get like dice that you can and
Yeah.
special like combat maneuvers where you can like trip people or disarm
Yeah,
them.
that's the one I want.
Let me see. There's the brute. There's the champion. There is the battle master. There's the arcane one. The eldritch knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Battle master, cavalier, champion, eldritch knight. Those are the official ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Battle Master is the one I wanted.
Yeah, that's the one I like. Okay, cool beans.
Cool, guys. See you
Alright.
next week. I'll try
See
not
you
to
next
murder any dudes.
Yeah.
week.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to use that spell so bad.
I
Okay.
mean, it's a good spell.
Worked
So
well.
neat.
I have lots of rat friends to talk to now.
You're keeping
guys.
the bucket of rats.